And now to Saudi Arabia, where sub-zero temperatures in recent days have led to an unusual sight, a blanket of snow in the desert. Now, Saudi Arabia has a hot desert climate, but now snow covers desert sands in the central and northwestern regions.
Hey everyone, have you caught wind of the jaw-dropping scenes unfolding around the Kaaba in Mecca? Imagine this, summer's just taken its bow, and boom, the landscape's getting a dramatic makeover with snow and rain. Yes, you heard that right, snow in the desert. There's this mesmerizing video of Mount Hermon absolutely smothered in snow. And guess what? The weather forecast's teasing us with more snow and rain headed towards Israel. Imagine deserts transforming into rivers. It's happening in these chaotic times. But a little heads up, as enchanting as these waters are, they're not to be messed with. They've got the power to reroute roads and more. It's like witnessing a miracle in real time, with rain breathing life into the barren stretches of land. Let's dive a bit deeper, shall we? To really get the full picture, you have to understand a bit about Israel's geography. Mount Hermon isn't just any peak, it's a lifeline, especially the part Israel calls the Golan Heights, snagged back in 1967. The melting snow from Hermon trickles down, feeding into the Sea of Galilee. On January 28th, the Sea of Galilee's water level was showing off, standing 18 centimeters taller than usual. And with the forecast promising more rain, it looks like the levels are only going up from here. If the number 210 has you scratching your head, thinking it's lower than the historical 214, here's a quick geography lesson. The Sea of Galilee sits below sea level, so numbers closer to zero actually dip below it. This journey of water doesn't just stop at the Sea of Galilee. It continues its path through the Jordan River, all the way down to the Dead Sea, the planet's lowest point. And over in the hills of the Judean desert, the same magic unfolds. Rainwater from Jerusalem's hillsides cascades down, quenching the desert below. Jerusalem, perched on these hills, acts like nature's funnel, guiding this life-giving water into the wilderness beyond. Interesting, right? Think about learning all of these curious things in one place. Here you are, and if you want more discussions like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button because you're not alone anymore. So what's your take on this incredible transformation? How amazing is it to see rain turn the desert into a scene straight out of a fantasy? Share your thoughts, drop a comment, and let's talk more about this natural wonder. All right, let's dive deeper into this fascinating journey of water all the way to the Dead Sea. It's like nature's own intricate network, with water carving paths and creating life in its wake. Israel's been on a mission, you see, turning this desert into a thriving oasis with farms, trees, and water reservoirs popping up everywhere. It's a transformation that speaks volumes about human ingenuity and nature's resilience. Now let's switch to something straight out of a prophecy, the book of Zechariah to be exact. Imagine this. A day when the Messiah steps onto the Mount of Olives and with a power that echoes through time, splits it right down the middle, creating a valley that wasn't there before. Zechariah tells us that on this day, Jerusalem will become a source of living water, with half flowing towards the Dead Sea and the other half towards the Mediterranean. And there's more. It's said that on this day, everyone will recognize the God of Israel as the ruler of the entire world. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? Let's take a closer look at the Mount of Olives for a sec. It's all hills as far as the eye can see, with the Mount of Olives standing proudly among them. You can catch a glimpse of the Dead Sea from here. According to Zechariah, the mountain will part ways north and south, making room for a river that'll head straight to the Dead Sea. But wait, there's more to this story, and it's found in the book of Ezekiel. It talks about a special temple built during the Messiah's time, from which a river flows to both the Dead Sea and the Mediterranean. This isn't just any river, it's a river of life, transforming the land so drastically that you'd hardly recognize it. The desert will burst into life, a testament to the power of water and faith. Speaking of transformations, have you heard about the Euphrates River lately? Year by year, this once mighty river is shrinking, a change that's hard to ignore. So, what do you think about these incredible changes and prophecies? How do you see the intertwining of faith, nature, and human effort shaping our world? Recent developments around the Euphrates River have sparked intense curiosity and unveiled astonishing discoveries, potentially reshaping our understanding of the region. Historically, the Euphrates has played a crucial role in the emergence and decline of empires, serving as a lifeline for civilizations that flourished along its banks. The river's significance is deeply entrenched in the history of the Mesopotamian Empire, which leveraged the river's bounty to prosper, particularly in the fertile lands between the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, known as the Fertile Crescent. However, the dynamics of the Euphrates have undergone significant changes due to human intervention. Urban expansion along its banks has led to alterations in the river's course, with the construction of dams and canals transforming it into a regulated waterway. This transformation has facilitated the harnessing of the river's resources, making it more accessible for human use. Stretching over 1740 miles, the Euphrates ranks among the longest rivers in Asia, originating in Turkey, flowing through Syria, and ultimately converging with the Tigris before emptying into the Persian Gulf in Iraq. The recent drying up of the Euphrates presents a critical challenge, impacting not only the local environment, but also prompting a re-evaluation of historical and future perspectives on the region. The discovery of new artifacts in the riverbed invites a reconsideration of our knowledge regarding this ancient and vital river. The historical significance of Babylon, a city that thrived by mastering control over the Euphrates, underscores the strategic importance of this water source. Control over the river equated to prosperity and power, a fact well understood by the inhabitants of ancient Babylon. However, the Treaty of Lausanne introduced a new era of shared water rights, marking a departure from the historical dominion over the Euphrates. The ongoing changes in the Euphrates River and its surroundings highlight the impact of human activity on natural landscapes. As we uncover new findings in the dry riverbed, we are compelled to revisit our assumptions about this historically significant waterway, understanding its past to better navigate its future. And hey, if you're digging this dive into the intersection of faith and interesting facts, why not hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions? The situation surrounding the Euphrates River has forced nations to confront some hard truths. In a way, it's a harsh lesson in communal responsibility, care for the water, and it in turn sustains life. Back in 1946, Turkey and Iraq reached an agreement on the use of the Euphrates waters, marking the beginning of what would become a lengthy dispute over this precious resource. As Turkey, Syria, and Iraq each embarked on ambitious dam projects, vying for a larger share of the river's flow, the consequences downstream became increasingly dire. Iraq, once reliant on the robust flow of the Euphrates, saw its portion of the river dwindle to a mere trickle, severely impacting the country's agriculture and food security. The situation escalated to the point where Iraq threatened to bomb Syria's Tabqa Dam in a desperate bid to reclaim water rights. Thankfully, the intervention of Saudi Arabia and the Soviet Union prevented this potential conflict. Yet this incident was merely the beginning of an ongoing struggle over water rights, with annual disputes over the dwindling resource. The relentless construction of dams and the resultant slowing of the river's flow have led to a gradual desiccation of the Euphrates, leaving behind a parched landscape where a mighty river once flowed. This perspective is not unique to the Euphrates, but echoes around the globe, where short-sighted exploitation of natural resources prevails over sustainable management. Despite knowing the finite nature of these resources, the immediate pursuit of gains overshadows the long-term consequences, leading to situations like the current state of the Euphrates River, a shadow of its former self. The drying up of this once majestic river, visible even from space, presents a grim reality, particularly for the 9 million Syrians living in its vicinity. Without a viable alternative source of water, their very survival is at stake, highlighting the severity of the crisis. This tragic development, though alarming, is not entirely unexpected. Warnings that the river could dry up if not properly stewarded have been voiced for centuries, yet the collective failure to heed these cautions has brought us to the brink of an ecological and humanitarian disaster. Let's talk about something quite intriguing mentioned in chapter 16 of the Book of Revelation, which talks about the Euphrates River. It describes how the sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river, causing it to dry up completely, paving the way for kings from the east. It's fascinating to think this ancient prophecy appears to be unfolding before our eyes as the once vibrant river, a symbol of life, now resembles a parched landscape. Now some might point fingers at mythical causes, like an ancient curse believed to have sucked the river dry. But in today's reality, it's the construction of dams that significantly reduced the river's flow. The biblical narrative spoke of cups. Could these have been an early metaphor for our modern dams? The alignment with prophecy is uncanny. The transformation of the Euphrates from a lifeline of civilizations to a mere trickle is not just an environmental or humanitarian concern. It's steeped in biblic. Some people interpret the river's drying as a sign of the end times and the approaching second coming of Christ. And with the Garden of Eden speculated to be near the Euphrates, the location becomes even more pivotal in eschatological narratives. The implications of the river's current state transcend mere geographical or political issues, touching on profound religious and global themes. The reliance of several regional countries on the Euphrates for water magnifies the potential for geopolitical strife. Pastor Joseph Kabbaleta of Watchman Ministries, during the recent Watchers Conference in Uganda, emphasized the significance of the Euphrates drying up as a sign of the apocalypse, pointing to imminent conflicts as outlined in Revelation 9 and Ezekiel 38. This message is a call to vigilance, reminding us of the interconnectedness of environmental changes, political tensions, and prophetic teachings. The plight of the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, both experiencing unprecedented lows, is a stark reality for the people of Kurdistan who've depended on these waters for centuries. Now facing agricultural collapse, the local government has been forced to take drastic measures, like draining the Mosul Dam reservoir in a bid to salvage what remains of the crops. This situation is a vivid reminder of the fragile balance between our environment, our actions, and the unfolding of historical and possibly prophetic events. Yet, who could have predicted that draining a reservoir would reveal more than just fertile land? As the water levels receded, an ancient city, hidden for centuries, emerged once more. It's not the city's first appearance. Back in 2018, during another severe drought, it peaked above the waterline briefly, only to be submerged again before archaeologists could explore it thoroughly. That missed opportunity was keenly felt, but the city's re-emergence offered a second chance not to be squandered. Hassan Ahmed Qasim from the Kurdistan Archaeology Organization quickly assembled a dedicated team. This discovery isn't just a nod to the past. It's a window into the lives of those who thrived in this region, showcasing their resilience and ingenuity. The artifacts unearthed in this excavation are set to deepen our understanding of human history and cultural evolution. This juxtaposition of a drying Euphrates hinting at potential global conflicts against the backdrop of uncovering a city frozen in time offers a unique opportunity for archaeologists to dive deep into our collective past, safeguarding it for future generations. The team's discovery revealed it to be a significant city within the Mitanni Empire, dating back 3,400 years. Not just any relic, but a cornerstone of ancient civilization. The urgency to document the site was palpable, with fears of reflooding looming. The excavation uncovered the remains of structures and artifacts from a city that had once experienced an earthquake around 1350 BCE. Among the findings was a majestic palace, its walls still standing tall at 22 feet, adorned with vibrant murals, a testament to the city's erstwhile splendor. The preservation of the city, which has been submerged for so long, is astonishing. Structures built from sun-dried mud bricks remain intact, with some walls reaching up to 10 feet. The team also discovered significant constructions like an industrial complex and a fortified compound, complete with defensive towers. However, the most striking find was a multi-story storage facility, dubbed the Huge Magazine Building, hinting at the city's bustling economic life. This discovery underlines the paradox of human progress and nature's reclaiming power, offering a rare glimpse into an era long past, yet vividly alive through these remnants. Isn't it remarkable how a storage facility, presumably brimming with goods from across the globe, unveils the interconnectedness of ancient civilizations? Ivana Puljic, an assistant professor of history, couldn't help but marvel at the magazine building's significance, hinting at the Mitanni Empire's bustling trade networks. But wait, there's more to this archaeological treasure trove. Imagine the team's excitement when they unearthed 5 ceramic jars, safeguarding over 100 cuneiform tablets, some cocooned within their original clay casings. The survival of these unfired clay tablets, submerged for decades, is nothing short of miraculous. These tablets, potentially containing correspondences, might soon reveal the intricacies of daily life in this ancient hub. Among these relics, one tablet stood out bearing the rolled seal of Gimel-Ninkarak, a name that echoes through history as a figure of significant influence in Turka, a known city in Mesopotamia. This find is a historian's dream, linking the tablet directly to its prominent endorser, suggesting Gimel-Ninkarak's dominant role in society. The tablet's discovery has sparked a fervor among researchers, eager to delve into the lives and times of Gimel-Ninkarak and his contemporaries. This micro-history approach, focusing on the detailed examination of lesser-known individuals' lives, offers a lens into the broader societal dynamics of the late 18th century BCE. These cuneiform tablets, beautifully preserved, serve as a direct line to the past, offering unfiltered insights into ancient daily life, free from the distortions of time and narrative shaping. Through these ancient texts, researchers hope to reconstruct a vivid picture of a bygone era, one clay tablet at a time. Imagine stumbling upon notebooks untouched by time, offering a raw glimpse into ancient lives. That's precisely what happened when archaeologists unearthed 14 tablets discussing Gimel-Ninkarak, believed to have been discovered within his own dwelling. These weren't just any documents. They were personal archives, often found strewn across the floors of ancient homes, providing invaluable insights into the daily existence of those times. Through these tablets, we're transported into the life of Gimil Ninkarak, a figure of prominence in his community connected to Kashtalashu, the local king. Yet these ancient texts do more than highlight the elite. They unveil the struggles of the less fortunate, like a girl named Gautam painting a vivid picture of societal disparities. Thanks to the meticulous work of Bucciolati, Olivia Ruel, the project's epigrapher, and their team, these findings have been brought to light, enriching our understanding of life in Turkey during the late 18th century BCE. These tablets not only shed new light on the locals and their problems, but also reveal a long-forgotten civilization. The puzzle pieces painstakingly assembled by the team hint at the site being the ancient city of Zakiku, a pivotal hub in the Mitanni Empire. This empire, founded by Indo-Iranians, spanned from the Zagros Mountains to the Mediterranean, marking a significant force in the region. The Mitanni and Egyptians, formidable powers in their own right, vied for control over Syria until a peace treaty with Egyptian King Thutmose IV around 1420 BCE. However, the Mitanni's dominance waned following their defeat by the Hittite Empire around 1360 BCE, eventually succumbing to Assyrian conquest. Grandeur of what once was gradually succumbed to the sands of time. Yet the discovery of Zakiku rekindles interest not only in the city's past splendor, but also in the broader narrative of the Mitanni Empire and its place in history. Isn't it fascinating how drought, often seen as a curse, can sometimes unveil the most incredible secrets from our past? Take, for instance, the revelation of the Dolmen of Guadalperal in Spain. Hidden under a reservoir for about 60 years, this massive stone monument suddenly emerged during a drought in 2019. Estimated to be between 4,000 and 7,000 years old, the Dolmen's sudden appearance from its watery grave was nothing short of spectacular. Imagine, if you will, about 140 giant granite blocks, each weighing tons, suddenly basking in the sunlight after decades of darkness. These stones, believed to have formed a chamber or tomb, offer us a rare window into our prehistoric ancestors' lives. The excitement among archaeologists and historians is palpable, as this discovery opens up new avenues for understanding our collective past. But the Dolmen of Guadalperal isn't just an archaeological marvel. It's a poignant reminder of the people who once roamed these lands, offering insights into their beliefs, traditions, and daily lives. And it's not alone. Recent droughts have brought to light not just this monument, but also ancient ruins, lost cities, and more, showcasing nature's incredible power to preserve history. Imagine a bustling ancient city, alive with activity, with children playing in the streets and animals wandering. Then disaster strikes. An earthquake shatters the peace, buildings crumble, and chaos ensues. What was once a vibrant community has become a heap of ruins. This scenario played out for the city discovered beneath the Mosul Dam. Ironically, the very catastrophe that brought it to ruin also preserved it for us to uncover centuries later. How remarkable is that? Isn't it ironic how disaster can sometimes act as a preserver of history? The earthquakes that once ravaged our hypothetical city didn't just bring destruction. They inadvertently safeguarded its deeper layers. The debris from crumbling walls acted as a protective barrier, concealing the treasures beneath from the ravages of time and human interference. It's a bittersweet realization that what was initially a catastrophic loss morphed into an accidental time capsule, preserving invaluable artifacts for future discovery. Imagine unearthing coins that clinked in ancient pockets, pottery that once held the daily meals of a bygone era, and jewelry that adorned the inhabitants of this lost city. These finds are not merely objects, they are whispers from the past, telling us stories of daily life, culture, and the people who once called this place home. But here's a twist that ties the tale of this city to broader historical and religious narratives. The Euphrates River, significant not only for its life-giving waters, but also for its mention in both the Bible and Islamic traditions, holds mysteries of its own. There's a prophecy that speaks of the river unveiling a treasure of gold, hidden from the eyes of the world. This hadith warns those who witness this revelation to abstain from claiming the treasure. It makes one ponder, doesn't it? In a world where the Euphrates waters are being diverted and diminished, uncovering a gold treasure seems almost poetic. Yet, historical records hint at the existence of gold mines in the vicinity of the river, contributing to the wealth of ancient empires. These mines, though not submerged beneath the river's waves, were part of the Euphrates' broader landscape, enriching the stories of civilizations that flourished along its banks. So as we delve into the past, unearthing cities and pondering over prophecies, we're reminded of the complex tapestry of human history and the natural world that cradles it. Who knows what other secrets lie buried, waiting for the right moment to be revealed to the world? Well, the answer might be less dramatic than the legends suggest. The gold currently being extracted is likely the result of natural erosion, revealing specks of gold embedded in the rocks over millennia. Geologists argue that significant gold deposits in river environments are uncommon, as the denser gold particles usually settle into crevices in the bedrock or the riverbed itself. The Euphrates, then, is not just a river. It's a symbol of how the natural world and human history are deeply intertwined, carrying with it the potential to reveal secrets that could change our understanding of the past and, possibly, the course of the future.